Here's a drummer. Yo.
You hear it before the first lyric. A single snare crack, a stomp, a thunderclap from the kick drum, and instantly, you know something's coming. In these songs, the drums didn't just keep time, they told the entire story. No solos, no flashy fills, just pure emotion, coded in rhythm. These are 10 songs where the drummer didn't follow the story, they wrote it. Number 10, Fleetwood Mac, The Chain, 1977. You feel it creeping before you even realize what's coming. A tense bass line, a swirl of harmonies, then suddenly, boom, 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 Mick Fleetwood's kick drum starts, pounding like a galloping horse in a storm. It's not a solo, it's not flashy, it's a pulse. And that pulse is heartbreak, betrayal, fury barely held together. The Chain isn't just a breakup song. It's the sound of 5 people falling apart while still holding on to the same lifeline. And at the core of it all, the drums. That moment, when the song drops into the bridge, everything changes. The guitars speed up, the tension explodes, and Mick's relentless rhythm becomes the emotional climax, like the final confrontation in a long-broken relationship. No words needed. If you've ever felt your heart race with anger or sadness at the same time, you've already heard this drum line inside your chest. Number 9, Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit, 1991. It doesn't ease you in, it slaps you across the face. Before the first guitar riff, before Kurt's voice cuts through the fuzz, Dave Grohl's drums explode into the room like a grenade. 4 snare hits, that's all it takes. 4 hits that shook the music world awake. Boom, 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 boom. It's not just the sound of rebellion. It's the sound of a generation cracking its knuckles. The drums here aren't a background instrument. They're a statement. Loud, raw, and unapologetically messy. And the brilliance? It's how Grohl plays. He's not just keeping time, he's swinging a wrecking ball with perfect precision. Every snare crack feels like a punch to apathy. Every cymbal crash screams, "We're not okay, and we're done pretending." Smells Like Teen Spirit wasn't a song, it was a movement. And the drums were its battle cry. Number 8, The White Stripes' 7 Nation Army, 2003. Everyone remembers the riff, that hypnotic marching melody that conquered stadiums and protest chants alike. But underneath that iconic guitar line lurks something primal. Meg White's drums. Simple? Yes. But simplicity isn't weakness, it's power distilled. Her beat doesn't try to steal the spotlight. Instead, it owns the mood. Cold, repetitive, inevitable. She plays like a war drum, steady, patient, and unshakable. The kind of beat that doesn't chase you, it hunts you. As Jack White's riff marches forward, Meg's snare and bass lock into a groove that's not just rhythm, it's a warning. A warning that something is coming, that you're being watched, that resistance is futile. No solos, no frills, just the sound of inevitability wrapped in a beat that feels like it could bring an empire to its knees. Number 7, U2, Sunday Bloody Sunday, 1983. It starts with a snare, but not just any snare, a military snare. Barry Mullen Jr. doesn't ease you in, he commands your attention like a drum sergeant on a battlefield. Each hit is crisp, controlled, and full of tension. No delay, no echo, just a clean, relentless rhythm that feels like marching boots on concrete. This isn't just a beat, it's a protest. While Bono sings about tragedy and trauma, the drums march on, refusing to let you turn away. It's not emotional in the traditional sense. It's disciplined, cold, focused, angry, but with purpose. And that's what makes it so powerful. The snare line becomes the spine of the song. The emotional contradiction, music filled with rage and pain, held together by a beat that refuses to break formation. By the time the guitar swells and the voices rise, the drums are still there, marching, always marching. Because this isn't just a song, it's a message, and the drums make sure you listen. Number 6, The Police. Roxanne, 1978. Most songs about heartbreak go soft. This one goes sideways. Stuart Copeland's drumming on Roxanne doesn't just keep the beat, it messes with your head. Syncopated, sharp, and off-kilter, his rhythms dance between reggae smoothness and punk urgency. It's like the drums are constantly shifting moods. Just like the guy in the lyrics. Torn between love, jealousy, and confusion, every hi-hat tap and rim shot feels intentional, like Copeland is having a conversation with the melody, sometimes supporting it, sometimes interrupting it. And here's the genius. The drums don't follow a pattern. They react to Sting's voice, to the space between chords, to the emotional tension simmering under every line. This isn't a love song, it's a nervous breakdown in slow motion. And Copeland's drums are the twitch in the eye, the shaky breath, the tap of a restless foot at 3 a.m. when your heart's at war with your brain. Number 5, James Brown, Funky Drummer, 1970.
Get a drummers up! Get a drummers up! Get a...
You might not know the name Clyde Stubblefield, but you've definitely heard his heartbeat. In Funky Drummer, the spotlight isn't on horns or vocals. It's not even on James Brown. It's on the groove, built entirely around one man's right hand, left foot, and unshakable feel for funk. Clyde's drum break in this song is the most sampled beat in music history. Hip-hop, pop, R&B, it's everywhere. And there's a reason. The beat isn't just catchy, it's alive. It swings without trying, it breathes, it talks to you. James Brown even knew it in the moment. He literally calls out, "Give the drummer some," and steps back. Because sometimes, the drums don't need backup dancers, they are the main act. And in this case, they told a story so good, generations of artists came back just to borrow a piece of it. Number 4, Queen, We Will Rock You, 1977. No drum kit, no fills, no cymbals, just 2 stomps and a clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. That's it. And yet, it became one of the most iconic beats in music history. Roger Taylor didn't just create a rhythm, he created a ritual, a chant, a war cry. The kind of beat that doesn't just get stuck in your head, it possesses stadiums, school gymnasiums, and streets. It's primal, human. It doesn't ask for permission, it demands unity. When you hear it, your body joins in before your brain even has a chance to object. That's the power of this beat. And here's the magic. The beat is the message. You don't need lyrics to feel the defiance. You don't need a melody to feel the weight. You just need that stomp, that clap. And you're in. The drums didn't tell this story. They made it unskippable. Number 3, Led Zeppelin, When the Levee Breaks, 1971. This isn't just drumming, this is seismic activity. John Bonham's opening beat in When the Levee Breaks is so massive it doesn't sound like it came from a drum kit. It sounds like the earth itself is groaning. Thunder in slow motion, a flood on its way, and that's no accident. They recorded Bonham's drums at the bottom of a stairwell in an old mansion using microphones hanging from the ceiling. The result? A beat that doesn't just hit, It echoes through your bones. The whole song is built around it. A hypnotic, heavy pulse that keeps marching forward, like water rising inch by inch until it swallows everything. The lyrics talk about disaster, the levee breaking, life falling apart, but it's Bonham's groove that feels like the warning. He doesn't speed up, he doesn't show off, he just pushes, beat after beat, until you feel the weight of the world cracking under pressure. The drums here aren't the story's background, they are the flood. Number 2, Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight, 1981. You can feel it from the first second, a chill crawling down your spine. The drums don't start this song, they haunt it. For over 3 minutes, there's barely a beat, just a slow build. Eerie synths, whispered vocals, tension tightening like a noose. And then, it happens. Da-da-da-dum-dum-da-dum. One of the most famous drum fills in music history, and maybe the most emotional, because that beat doesn't just land, it erupts. Like rage finally boiling over, like a heart shattering after holding it in for too long. Phil Collins didn't just play that fill, he felt it. And so did everyone listening. The story goes that this song was written in the wake of personal pain, divorce, betrayal, grief, and when those drums hit, it's like everything he couldn't say with words came flooding out in rhythm. You don't just hear this moment, you remember where you were the first time it hit you. The silence, the release, the echo. The drums didn't just tell the story, they held it in until it exploded. Number 1, Metallica, 1988. It starts with haunting beauty, soft guitar notes ringing like a lullaby in the dark. But you know it won't last, because lurking beneath the surface is a monster waiting to break loose. And that monster is Lars Ulrich's double kick. Helm isn't just a metal track, it's a descent into war, trauma, and paralysis. The song was inspired by a World War I novel about a soldier who loses his limbs, his ability to speak, to move, but not his ability to think. The music mirrors that descent. And when the drums arrive in full force, when Lars unleashes the machine gun double bass, you feel what that soldier feels. Trapped, terrified, begging for it all to stop. This isn't just rhythm, it's violence translated into sound. The kicks don't just match the lyric, darkness imprisoning me. They become it. Mechanical, relentless, inescapable. Every drum hit is a bullet, every fill an explosion. And in that final stretch, when the guitar screams and the drums go full assault, there are no more words needed. The story is complete, and it's devastating. This isn't just a drum performance, it's war, grief, and horror, wrapped in pure rhythm. And there you have it. 10 songs where the drums didn't just keep the beat, they told the entire story. From the thunder of Bonham to the fury of Lars, these rhythms didn't just move the music, they moved us. So now it's your turn. Which song hit you hardest? Did we miss a drum-driven masterpiece? Drop it in the comments, let's build a wall of sound together. And hey, if this list got your heart pounding or brought back that one unforgettable drum fill, hit like, subscribe for more deep dives into the sounds that shaped us, and tap the bell, because rhythm waits for no one. Until next time, keep listening closely, because sometimes the story isn't in the words, it's in the drums.